Africa's largest country looks set to lose its mantle by next month as the people of South Sudan begin voting in a referendum on secession. Over 6 days, about 4 million South Sudanese across the world will cast ballots in a vote that could result in the creation of Africa's 54th nation. In Kenya, which hosts a large Sudanese community, thousands lined up at various polling stations to make their mark in what the United States President Barack Obama has called a historic event.
It is very exciting. It is showing that this is the beginning and that is the end. We have seen that, seeing that in 1983 when the war is started, it is end. We are now transforming the war to a peace. We are looking that everybody want to vote to see that the destiny of the people of South Sudan. They are excited today. Everybody wants to register his name in the history of the South Sudan.
Oil, which has been at the heart of the conflict, accounts for about half of Sudanese export revenue, yet the majority of oil is in the south, which has seen little benefit. Abyei, an oil-rich area lying just between the border of North and South Sudan, remains contested. So how big a milestone will this be for the possible new nation?
Well, for the people of Abyei, definitely they are left behind because the partners to the agreement could not agree on the formation of the commission and on how to vote in Abyei. But I believe that there's a political will between the two parties where they will be able to sort out the question of Abyei before the 9th of July 2011.
Kenyan companies have led the investment push into South Sudan. Should the South gain self-determination, what possible opportunities remain in the Central African nation?
South Sudan is very rich. It has a lot of the resources, not only the oil, but it has also the agriculture land. It has also the goat tourism. You have seen that South Sudan is one of the rare African animals are in South Sudan. And you have a lot of water and you have a mineral rather than the oil. So we are asking the investors to come to invest in South Sudan. South Sudan will be a viable state.
On the streets, the excitement is palpable. Finally, there's light at the end of the tunnel for the youth in the South. For many, secession holds the promise of jobs and better economic prospects.
We have been waiting a long time for this day. 6 years is not a simple thing. So today I'm very happy because I came here to vote for my right.
I smell as a referendum or a freedom far away there, but it's near.
Today is a big day for me, especially in my life, because if I'm going to vote for separation, I hope with time I will be a better person than the way I used to be.
Voting will continue throughout the week with results only expected in mid-February. The South Sudan Referendum Commission had faced a number of challenges but remains optimistic on the overall process.
My expectation is that this process will be successful, the one that I've been committed on, because if I look at the other policy institutes or other group like observers, the comments they are making on the process, they are saying the registration was a success because there is no accusation or some fighting, like, you know, in election, people always feel like they have been sidelined or something. But generally, with the Southern Sudanese people, the community is agreeing with what we're doing to them.
Whatever the outcome of the referendum, Sudan's problems are far from over. And the new nation, however enthusiastically endorsed, will find its challenges are just beginning. This week alone, 23 people died in clashes around the Abyei region. A reminder that conflict remains very much part of a new nation.
Now, as you know, there are about 8 countries outside of Sudan where voting is taking place. Kenya is one of them, hosting a significant proportion of Sudanese citizens and refugees in their borders. Our guest right now is Archbishop Philip Deng, who's the Kenya representative of the Southern Sudan Referendum Commission. And thank you very much, Mr. Philip Deng, for coming through. Huge voter turnout in the first 2 days for this particular vote on unity and secession. It's been all systems go. Your impression?
Finally, I can say yes, I'm impressed because it was really a process that was started very late, and we in the commission, we managed to to meet the set deadline, though it was too late. But we managed. Like yesterday, people actually cast the votes, and that was an impression that we in the commission, and me in particular in Kenya, is happy about it. So as I was running around yesterday, tried to tell people to be patient so that they can cast the votes peacefully. It was overwhelming, of course, but I managed. So that gave me an impression that what I was doing is something that people actually wanted to participate in. So I'm impressed.
Okay, so things running fairly smoothly in Kenya and also reportedly inside of Sudan, but there are concerns about violence that's flared up on the border territory of Abyei. Are you concerned about further security threats to this process?
Yes, I'm very much concerned because a situation of Abyei or coming to issues of insecurity, it is also a concern of what is happening in Southern Sudan. Because as you can see from the negotiation of what came to be comprehensive peace agreement, it comprised many issues of Sudan political problem. So having instability in Abyei that is also coming to the south is something that cannot be happy with it.
Right.
But we treat it as a minor thing because people in Abyei, it is a problem of the neighbors. So people who live in the immediate neighborhood, like the solution that people of Abyei are always calling, like how should people of Abyei and their neighbors should live together. So it is coming at a time that people of Southern Sudan and Abyei are hoping for solutions, like the referendum. So it put a lot of concern to me.
Right, let's talk about the situation broadly speaking. You refer to the comprehensive peace agreement, and some of the outstanding issues is the issue of revenue sharing for oil. If Sudan votes to secede, how the situation is going to be managed between North and South. And again, Abyei comes into the picture because this is where the majority of oil reserves are located and where the bulk of the oil comes from. Abyei is meant to have a separate referendum at a later stage. But in the interim, how is this whole situation of oil going to be managed?
The situation of oil, which is also very much a big factor in Sudan conflict, it is a challenging issue. But the way the leadership is trying to address it, like when His Excellency Salva Kiir paid a visit to New York and got a chance to talk to the members of United Nations General Assembly and other people that he met, he was telling people that the resources of the Sudan actually belong to the people who own that land. So it is not something like to be limited to a political institution like the way anybody could be sitting in Khartoum and wanting to determine the wealth of Abyei. That's wrong. But if it is left to the people of Abyei and also their neighbors, then that can be a good resource to the people of the land. So the concern now from the leadership of Southern Sudan and the leadership in the government of national unity is to separate oil from determining the status of the Southern Sudan, like the referendum.
And another issue that's been contentious has been this question of Sudan's debt. It's been reported today from a rival news station that President Omar al-Bashir has agreed to settle the debt if the transition is peaceful and smooth. How do you respond to those reports?
Repeat that again, I didn't get
I'm saying it's been reported on CNN that President Omar al-Bashir has accepted to settle Sudan's debt. The debt issue has been another contentious one between North and South. How do you respond to this news?
Me personally, it is a new thing to me today, but if I look at it like him settling the debt, how will he personally settle the debt? And he will be settling the debt using the natural resources. So settling the Sudan debt, it is not a problem of one person to say I can settle this, but it is something that the people of Sudan can look at it. Like the way I've been closely monitoring the talk in Addis Ababa, the post-referendum arrangement, it is always a collectively driven solution. So one person like saying I can settle this debt, where will he get the money by himself alone? So it is something that he need to look at it as an institution, and to be, you must have a formula on how do you settle that debt.